Welcome to Bedtime Stories Factory. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a tale. Now snuggle up, relax, and let your imagination drift away with us.
In a beautiful meadow filled with colorful flowers, buzzing bees, and shimmering butterflies, there lived a little bee named Buzzy. Buzzy was a chubby, cheerful little bee with big black and yellow stripes. But unlike most bees, Buzzy loved napping more than anything else. He would spend hours lounging on a flower petal, basking in the warm sun, while the other bees worked hard collecting nectar for the hive. Buzzy's best friend, Zara, was a zippy, hardworking butterfly with tiny wings that sparkled like gems as she flitted from flower to flower. Zara was always excited to help the meadow and spent her days gathering nectar. One sunny morning, Zara flew over to Buzzy, who was snuggled up on a big daisy petal. "Buzzy," Zara called, "come on. The meadow is bursting with nectar today. Let's work together to gather it." Buzzy just yawned, stretching his little legs. "Why work so hard, Zara?" he sighed. "The flowers will be here tomorrow. I'd rather enjoy the sunshine right now." Zara frowned but didn't push. She knew Buzzy was a good friend, but often needed a little encouragement. "Maybe one day, you'll see how wonderful it feels to help the meadow," Zara said with a smile as she buzzed away. While Buzzy relaxed, all the other bees in the hive worked together, flying in and out of the meadow, collecting nectar and pollen. Each bee played an important role, making honey to feed the hive and storing nectar for the cooler days. Their hive was busy and buzzing with energy, a place where everyone worked together. Each time Zara returned to the meadow with nectar, she looked at the empty honey pot next to Buzzy's. "Buzzy has so much potential," she thought. "If only he knew the joy of being part of the meadow's hard work." But Buzzy didn't think of it that way. He loved his naps and found it too much effort to gather nectar. He was content to simply watch his friends work hard while he lounged in the sun. One morning, as Buzzy stretched and yawned on a flower, he felt a rumble in his tummy. He flew over to his honey pot, hoping for a sweet snack. But when he peeked inside, his pot was almost empty. "Oh no," Buzzy gasped, his eyes wide with worry. "What am I going to do? I don't have enough honey." Buzzy realized he hadn't collected nectar in days. He'd been so busy napping that he hadn't thought about storing food. Feeling a pang of regret, he looked around the meadow and spotted Zara, working as usual. Buzzy knew he had to ask her for help. Buzzy buzzed over to Zara, feeling nervous. "Zara," he said quietly, "I didn't collect any nectar, and now I don't have enough honey. I thought resting was more important, but now I'm really hungry." Zara turned to him with a kind smile. "I'll help you, Buzzy, but if you work a little every day, you won't end up like this. Hard work might seem tiring, but it always rewards us in the end." Buzzy nodded, feeling a little embarrassed. "You're right, Zara. Can you show me how to gather nectar?" "Of course," Zara said. "Let's start together. I'll show you how much fun it can be." Zara led Buzzy to a bright blue flower and showed him how to land gently on the petals. Buzzy wobbled, almost tipping over, but managed to steady himself. He watched as Zara stretched out her straw-like tongue and sipped nectar from the flower. "Your turn, Buzzy," Zara encouraged him. Buzzy leaned forward to sip the nectar, but his tongue kept missing, and he got pollen all over his face. He felt clumsy and frustrated, but Zara was patient, guiding him each step of the way. "It's okay to struggle at first," Zara reassured him. "Just keep trying, and you'll get better each time." Buzzy tried again, and finally he managed to sip a bit of nectar. A warm feeling of pride filled his heart. Maybe this wasn't so bad after all. As the day went on, Buzzy worked alongside Zara, gathering nectar from one flower to another. He was surprised to find that each time he succeeded, he felt happier and more proud of himself. Buzzy began to hum a cheerful tune, just like Zara did. By the end of the day, Buzzy had gathered enough nectar to fill half of his honey pot. His wings were tired, and his legs were a bit sore, but his heart was full of joy. He had earned this honey, and it felt amazing. Zara smiled at him. See, Buzzy? Hard work isn't just about getting things done. It makes us feel accomplished and gives us something to be proud of. Buzzy nodded. I never thought I'd enjoy working so much. Thank you for showing me, Zara. Back at the hive, the other bees and meadow creatures welcomed Buzzy and Zara warmly. They shared a delicious meal of fresh honey together, and Buzzy couldn't stop smiling. His honey tasted sweeter than ever, because he had worked hard to gather the nectar himself. I used to think napping was all I needed, Buzzy said. But now I see that when we work, we can enjoy the results so much more. Zara patted him on the back. Exactly, Buzzy. When we help the meadow, we're not just working for ourselves, we're making the meadow better for everyone. Buzzy nodded, his heart filled with gratitude and a new sense of purpose. He had learned that a little hard work every day could make a big difference. From that day on, Buzzy was a changed bee. He still loved his naps, but now he balanced them with his work. Each morning, he joined Zara in the meadow, humming a happy tune as they collected nectar together. Buzzy found joy in being active and working with his friends. He loved knowing that his efforts helped make honey for the hive and kept the meadow full of blooming flowers. Whenever Buzzy's wings grew tired, he remembered how hungry he had been before. Now he understood that hard work gave him not just honey but happiness and pride. And each night, as he drifted off to sleep with a full tummy and a happy heart, Buzzy knew he would never go back to his lazy ways. Buzzy had learned that being active and hardworking made his life brighter, and from then on, he greeted each new day with excitement, ready to play his part in the beautiful meadow. you.